Hi everyone, Zach here, and welcome to lesson 21 of this series, Learning C++ by Making Games. In this video, we will focus on data streaming, that is, reading data in or out of files. This video and this series have been brought to you by my Patreon sponsors like Nemian Games. In this video, we're going to go over file streaming in a very brief and general overview. So we'll talk briefly about streaming in general, file streaming, and I'll mention some more things to learn, especially around best practice and saving or opening files. So that said, streaming. We've already been doing this. In fact, we've been doing it since the very beginning. We've been using IOStream. And with regards to that, we have used the insert operator, which is the two lesson signs with cout, and the extraction operator, which is the two greater than carets with cin. These are binary functions requiring two operands, like the plus symbol. Let's talk about streaming objects, and we're already familiar with a couple, as I've mentioned. Both cin and cout are streaming objects. Cout outputs information or streams information to a standard output, like a screen, and cin reads information or streams information from a keyboard. So what is cin really doing then? Well, cin is streaming information from a keyboard to a variable. So cin says to stream information in and then to extract it to the keyboard. Okay, then what is cout really doing? Well, cout is doing the same thing, except for in reverse. It is saying to stream information from the system to the screen. So when we think about this in terms of our operators, we're inserting from a variable to an output with cout, and we're extracting from an input into a variable. So as you can see, we're already kind of familiar with streaming. We can stream information out to a screen. We can stream information in from a keyboard. In addition to that, we can also stream data in or out from or to data files. And to do so, we need a header. And in theory, keyword, there are three headers we can use. We can use ifstream, which streams data in from files, or ofstream, which streams data out to files. Now in reality, we're going to be using fstream, and fstream contains both. And the reason we're using fstream is Visual Studio only uses fstream, and ifstream and ofstream are defined within fstream. In fact, both compilers I use on my personal system don't use ifstream or ofstream separately. They only use fstream. So, like any other thing we've done, we have to declare our streams. And it's just like declaring any other variable. So, we need to declare a variable to stream when we want to read in or out. And the type of variable is either something we're streaming in or something we're streaming out. So the syntax is something we are familiar with already. For streaming in, we do our standard library, just like we do with a string, and we do ifstream, that is our variable type. And this is for reading data from a file, and we give it a variable name. For streaming out, we do std, just like we did with the previous or with strings, ofstream, and a variable name. The type for streaming data to a file is ofstream. Now, what is a bit different is we want to connect to a file when we're reading in. And it's just different than what we're talking about, but it's pretty much like initialization. You can do it either with the declaration, you shouldn't, or after the declaration. So if you want to do it with the declaration, you would do standard ifstream, your variable name, and then the file name and the extension for that file in quotes. This will connect the stream to an existing file in the same directory as the project. However, this is not the best practice. To do it after a stream, you do variable name that you defined when you declared the variable. So when you did std ifstream, variable name, whatever file name is there, dot open. Open is a member function. And then you call the file name there. This is still not the best practice, but for what we are doing, this version will suffice. And I'll hint you towards what is best practice when we get to the end of this video. And again, we need to do the same when we are wanting to read information out, when we want to stream out. And just like before, this is similar to initialization. We can either do it with or after the declaration. So the only difference is with the declaration, we're going to do ofstream variable name file name.extension, also in quotes. This will create a file in the same directory as the project. Still not the best practice. And then after declaration, we could do the same thing with the .open member function. However, again, this is still not best practice, but less problematic than when we want to read data in. So there are some mistakes that can happen when you're trying to read data in or trying to stream data in. The file might not exist. The file is in the wrong directory, so pay very close attention in the next couple of videos when we import our word list. And you may have misspelled the name of the file. Save.dat is not the same as saves.dat. And finally, there is more to learn when considering file streaming. So this is a very broad introduction and only aims to address what we are going to be doing with our current game and to give you a taste of how this works. We may, depending on what we do, come back to this and visit better approaches to file streaming. But I'm going to give you a hint towards something you can consider. Using everything we have done in previous videos, consider the cin and loops as a way to achieve best practice. In particular, the do-while loop, to read files in or to read out to files. Think about this like you would when you're saving a game and you can type in the name of the file you want to save, or when you're browsing to open a file and you're searching for the particular file name. And after the next couple of videos that we do where we work with fstream, go back and try to practice this a bit, see what you can come up with. Alright, that said, in the next couple of videos we're going to get back to our game, code in our variables, code in our random word, and then we'll move on to the next topic for our game. That said, if you enjoyed this video or this series, go ahead and hit that like button down below. And if you want to make sure you're here when we work on our games, hit that subscribe and notify icon. Also, consider becoming a supporter on Patreon. It really does help this channel out. And that said, I look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.